Hello and welcome to today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Okogo. Comm members across the country have embraced their states of deployment as home. A good number of them have integrated and remained in their states of deployment. They have made a life for themselves, found employment, all employers of labor, created families, formed bonds of friendships and unity. This is evident of the NYSC spirit of national integration. It is an exciting episode. You don't want to miss this. We will be right back. On the news today, the NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, has appealed to corps members to adhere strictly to all the COVID-19 safety protocols as they commence their service year. He said the pandemic is a global challenge that must not be trivialized. He stated this while addressing the 2020 Batch B Stream 1A corps members deployed to Edo State at the new NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Okada, Edo State. The Director General commended the federal government, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, and Nigeria Center for Disease Control for providing all the needed support for the safe reopening of orientation camps nationwide. The Director General was among dignitaries who attended the swearing-in of the 2020 Batch B Stream 1A corps members at the new camp, with the Deputy Governor, Mr. Philip Shuaibu, standing in for Governor Godwin Obaseki. Welcome back. Today we sit down with the NYSC Enugu State Coordinator, Mr. Obi Sam Njogu, as he takes us through the laudable activities of corps members in the state. Stay with us.
The activities of the corps members in Enugu State start right from the orientation camp when they arrive and they start undertaking their programs. And basically, they are involved in a Saed program, that is a skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development program, which is a very key program in NYSC. It will interest you to know that most of the, especially this period of a pandemic, most of the sanitizers that are being used and which were even donated to the state government were produced by corps members. Face mask, liquid soap, and so many other COVID-19 items that were needed, hand gloves and all that. All these things were produced by corps members. And so it is really very, very important to emphasize the fact that our corps members are doing very, very well.
Good day, everyone. We move on to the story of Ajayi Raphael, an ex-corps is the MD CEO of RAF Tech Communication in Nasarawa State. As you might have guessed, yes, he did not return to Oyo State after his service year. He's fully integrated in Nasarawa State, where he runs his ICT enterprise. He's also a Saed trainer and an employer of labor. Stay with us.
My name is Ajayi Raphael, the MDC of RAF Tech Communication. I'm from Oyo State, precisely Teswaji local government. I came for service around February 2010 and I finished service February 2011. So after that service, I decided to stay back. Back then in 2010, I came to Nasarawa State for NYSC service. Then after the service, in the camp, it was very fun. We don't have this privilege the corps members nowadays are enjoying. The issue of Saed is not there by that time. So we just serve, and with the little money we are getting, 9,800 or thereabout, is the money we are paid by that time. So I have to calculate, since I already have a skill before, and I have a plan already in my mind that I must not settle down in my father's house. I must make sure, even if it's just a single room, I can be able to erect for myself. I settle down and marry my wife there, not to live in my parents' house. So this has been my my passion and my desire. Immediately after the NYC, the zonal LI by then, which is called Mrs. Tende, she has been a very good mother to us. She took us like her own when we came to the town. So after we are done with service, she got to know I'm managing here. So sometimes our husband's phone is having problem. They bring it for me, I fix. So at the time Saed came on board, and I said, okay, we have some Comm members that have finished service, they are still in town. She's the one who is now in charge that mobilized facilitator for them by then, 2012, that they should come and train Comm members and also encourage them to stay back because there is no government job anywhere. So they can still rely and have a plan B for themselves. So I was now privileged to be among the first set that was introduced to Saed in the camp, which will impact. I have to pack all my gadgets, projector, system, laptop, and also the phone, so with some accessories or tools we use in fixing system and phone, which we took to camp. I was not afraid because I already prepared myself. So I got to the camp, I have a slide of all those things on the hand, how to format a laptop, how to unlock a laptop password, fix phone problem, then do some things and make money under ICT. So this has been what I did then. From that period, it has been awesome too, going to camp, seeing yourself in front of graduates. It has been a wonderful experience while we are doing the Saed. No any other Saed in the camp that always pull crowd like the way we did. So the passion for, you look for latest things people want to hear. For example, your brother is in the US, they send a phone for you from abroad. How do you go about unlocking it? You have a flash drive. How do you expand a flash drive of 4 gig to 8 gig? And how do you solve problem on phone and system, which everybody is using every day? So they cannot do without being under that lecture for them to see the secret behind it and make money on their own. So most times we always have 500 per class. If you are taking the class, sometimes 500. At the time, they announce, okay, this population is getting too large. Let's see how we can split the class into 2. So somebody will handle section here, another person will handle section B. So that's how most times it's 500, 300, the least is always 200 and something that we always get because they always fall in love with ICT. Everybody have to be computer literate. Nobody is ready to employ any graduate now without knowledge of ICT. Graphic design, computer engineering, networking, web design, and all these recharge card printing business too. So all these are what we introduce to them, and how to put a CCTV camera in the house for organization for them to secure the environment using this surveillance too. So all these are stuff we do, which always motivate Comm members to participate and make the class always very large. We have been privileged to train more than 15,000 Comm members based on the series of batches that are coming out. In a year, you might even have up to 5,000.
Why I decided to come to RAFTech, I was actually studying somewhere else in AGY Plaza here in KEFFI. And then where I went, they were not able to impact a good knowledge in me. I had a classmate who studied here, and then he was able to inspire, he was even able to go outside the country to represent Nigeria. So I decided to come, and then I came. Our guy here has also been a good person. He has inspired so many into us. He also inspires us with things we don't pay for.
After I left camp, so I decided to just do more on it and have a broader knowledge of ICT. I've been looking forward to improving my ICT skills and everything. So, and RAFTech communication is very good. I've learned a lot so far. I've really learned a lot in a very short while. I never knew I would go this far. I'm really grateful to NYC for giving us this Saed opportunity.
It's a golden privilege for me to be part of those that will share this testimony and also share my experience as a success story. If I've not been privileged to partner with NYC, this success I'm mentioning now, I won't be able to have achieved it. Working with NYC has also given us privilege to meet a lot of people and also take us to many places. So it's a very good opportunity working with NYC up to this moment.
Can you believe it? He has trained over 15,000 core members. What a ripple effect that is in itself. Well done, Raphael. We move.